Okay, this is All Things Music. This is the final video on deconstructing a mix for the song Alley. And today we're going to look at what we're doing on the mix bus here. So, I'm going to make this a little bit bigger so you can see it. And here's our mix bus, right? Okay, we have the Duros, which we don't really need anymore. Whoops, I didn't mean to do that. We don't need the Duros right now. I'm going to tell you a secret you may not believe, but the plugins that you use, even in bypass, it can actually impact the sound. I know I'm going to get a lot of hate for that, but that's coming straight from an inside source, and I can't really say more than that. But so it shouldn't affect the sound, but I'm going to turn that off because we don't need it right now. But this is good to see what we're going through. Wow, that splash or that crash cymbal is really up there, isn't it? Okay, so we've got this SSL compressor here by Waves. We've got this here by Clariphonic. I'm just going to remove all this other stuff here because I don't think we really need it. I'll do that in a second though. We have Knife Soma for our master bus or mix bus EQ, if you will. And then we have Isotope Ozone. So let's take a look at what these all do one by one. So let's just get rid of all of this. We're going to turn this off because we don't need the loudness meter. I'm wondering why the text here was blue. I'm just curious. If anyone knows, let me know. We have the threshold all the way up, so we can't really impact it too much. So it's about 1.5, almost 2 dB of gain reduction. A little bit of makeup gain. Yeah, about 1.5 dB, almost 2. Hopefully we get it done without the Clariphonic here. That would have been great on the snare drum. I don't know why I put it on the entire mix bus now, hearing what it's doing to the cymbals. Interesting here. So whereas the Clariphonic, I feel like I just could have EQ'd the vocals a little bit, maybe even put that in parallel or directly on the vocal track, and also definitely for the snare to bring it out and give it a little bit of a lift, and that way the cymbals don't sound as washed out. I could have done it with the Clariphonic. With the Knife Soma here, what am I doing? So I've got the bass cranked up. Am I doing mid-side? I am doing mid-side processing. So the mids and the sides are cranked 1 dB at 220 hertz. There's nothing going on anywhere here except for this. In the middle, we cut back 0.5 dB at 1.2K. Let's just see what happens here. This is really interesting. Let's just listen to it again. So this is it turned off. Turn on. Back on. Back on. So it's got a flat little duller. Notice here, the vocals in the center kind of has a little bit more depth or separation, but I feel like it did something to the sides, so we're going to rewind this here. Interesting. Not sure why it's doing that. Okay. And these we don't even need. I don't even know why these are open. So the vocals definitely sound more professional with the knife soma on there. They have a little bit more separation. They sound a little bit more glued in part of the mix, but also with some separation at the same time. Let's just hear these three here. Two-dimensional again. You see that here for a second. Let's see what happens when we turn on the exciter, or sorry, the isotope ozone. Forgot any other stuff. Actually, we are going to turn this on. Yep. Funny, it worked before. Why is it not working now? And here, clearly, I made a number of mistakes in the sense that these just should have fed a bus and no processing on the individual tracks, and instead just processing only on the bus. But whatever. Excuse me. So we have some serious dB dips here, so I don't know what I was thinking when I did this. Yeah, we definitely don't need really this either, because we already have vocal doubles, so I don't know why this is here either. I'm sure there's a good reason for it at the time. Same with the guitars. We have multiple guitar parts, so why do we have a guitar doubler? I might explain a few things in terms of how it sounds, but So we can see here we're at greater than -5. Yeah, greater than 5 dB of gain reduction. So I'm not sure exactly what's going on in my mind when I was working on this mix, but anywho, but that's what we're doing. We've got this SSL, which if I just put it back to where it was. So let's see what happens to the amount of gain reduction without changing the SSL. I'm going to quit this and see if this saves up any RAM. Still in the same boat, more than 5 dB gain reduction, which is ridiculous. So I probably was too aggressive with this, but this is an older mix. We can see it's from December 2022. So go figure. So anyhow, the next video we'll go into the effects here, which I don't know if we went into in the other videos. So, but we will now. Either way.